Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. Today we are testing out some combos, a little bit of playing in my product situation. So I have the Wondercurl Get Set Hair Jelly, and that is what is going to be on the left side of my head. And then I have the Obia Naturals Curl Enhancing Custard, and that's what's going to be on the right side of my head. And what I'm testing them out with is Kinky-Curly curling custard. You guys have seen this. This works well with my other gels that are like clear, but these are like more so like cream type stylers. You can't see this one because this one's practically brand new, and then this one is old. I've never comboed these two together. I did do the back of my head, but I couldn't see it because my mirror, it only works by like the temperature being the same. And there's like an air vent. The bathroom is small. I turn the water on or off and stuff, so it does fog over unless I put water on it. So I could not see the back of my head basically. So you and me about to see what happens. All right, I'm gonna start off by rinsing the conditioner off of my hair. It's been sitting the entire time while I was styling the back of my head. Alright, now we have a canvas with which to apply the Kinky-Curly as a primer. So I'm not really going to go hardcore with this because I'm not using this as a styler today. I'm just using it as a slippery, humectancy, juicy primer. That's all I'm doing. If you do not like heavily scented products in your hair, today is just not going to be the day. Because Kinky-Curly has this really sweet, candy-like scent, baked good, ice cream, marshmallow scent. And then the other products I'm going to use today, they also are pretty scented. So, alright, and then I'm going to do a little bit of water to distribute this, and I'm going to get the back of my hair back up. I knew it wanted to come down when I put this swim shirt on. Go back. Banish thee. Let me stop standing over the drain because it's definitely making a loud noise. Okay. Okay. So literally not enough water to remove a doggone thing. And so this is what we're working with. This is the primed and prepped ready base. And then I'm going to come in with Obia. This is my longtime favorite. I usually use it with the Paul Mitchell, the conditioner. I usually use this with leave-ins. I think I've also used it with that Shea Moisture coconut custard thing. So I've never used it with another gel custard type product as I'm doing right now. And I perceive that perhaps I am using less of the product than I normally would use. One thing about me and Obia is that when I style my hair with Obia, I style it the exact same way as I style with other stylers, but I find that I tend to use more product. So I think using Kinky-Curly may be causing me to use slightly less product. I'm not entirely sure. So this is the Obia styled side. And I'm going to come up and stand on the ledge so you guys can get a better view of what it's looking like so far. And then of course I will take down the other side when I'm done so you guys can see, take down the back so you guys can see the full effect. But I tend to keep my hair separated in fours until like the very end. So we'll get back on that. Okay, I think this is what we wanted. We got it, we got it. All right, so of course, just like the other side, I'm gonna go in with this Kinky-Curly as a primer, so you don't really have to go in with it super hardcore, because you ain't trying to get it to do nothing. I was like, for products that I just want to coat my hair, like my conditioner and stuff like that, you ain't gotta really go in with those super hardcore, because you're not trying to get them to do nothing. All you want to do is coat. And it's pretty easy to get a product to coat. Now, to get a product to define and style, yeah, you got to do a little bit more. that underside, because we know my hair is thick, ain't no product in there. And then we're going to tap with a little bit of water to further distribution. And that's that. Alright, so naked hair, starting off with this section. Ooh, getting the lighting. And we're going to use the Wondercurl Get Set Jelly. The product is very similar, I feel, to the Obia. It is just a little bit more of a wet feeling product. And it also goes on the hair more like a conditioner. Whereas the Obia almost feels like a pomade going on the hair. And I think it's because Obia has a more high oil content because it's a xanthan gum based gel. And xanthan gum need little extra ingredients to keep it from flaking up on your hair. I got a comment recently and the person was like, yeah, I've given up on trying to use xanthan gum gels. And it's true. They if you don't know how to mix them just right with leave-ins and stuff like that, they can cause your hair to be flaky. Such as it's like a double-edged sword, you know. There wasn't much in this Wondercurl, and I did use it on the back of my head, so I might have to open another jar over the course of this video just to finish it off. And then I'll probably put it back in my collection and use other products that are more used down. Because my entire hair collection, the aim and the goal of how I do my hair, especially if I'm not filming a video, is to get my collection down, to remove products. That's my whole focus. I feel like right now, this is not like just like gripping the hair and putting it into hard defined clumps as much as the Obia was. But I can tell you that when these dry, like, you know, with a leave-in, like in the past, the Wondercurl dries with more of a firm, casty type set. It flopped over and I lost it. See, that's like, I can barely tell what's styled and what isn't. But the Wondercurl definitely dries with more of a cast. And all over their product directions and stuff, they're constantly telling you, please use with they have like a moisturizer. Can't think of the name of the moisturizer. But they really want you to use it with that moisturizer. And I can see why. Because this, I guess I'm not going to need to open another one. I guess that killed it. But this definitely dries a lot more crunchy. It softens quickly into something closer to the Obia. But it has more of a cast. So I think that even though it's super soft right now, it's going to be firm. And so I'm like, oh Lord, what is it going to be like with a custard instead of a leave-in underneath it? And that's all that's left. So what I'll do is when I take this down, I'm just going to go ahead and just smooth that over. Because it's nothing. And I would be disappointed to open this up on the next wash day or another wash day or whatever and then try to use this. This is literally scraps. It's not even worth doing a whole like little section, like one little piece of hair. It's not even enough product for that. So that's a little, I'd be like, yeah, not worth it. Does anybody else's products leave like a smattering of product in the end and you're like, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? Kinky-Curly does it, I guess the way that I use it as a primer and stuff, does that. And then when I use it as a styler, it does that too. It's like this much product left in the bottom after I styled my hair a couple times with it. And I'm just like, what am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that product? You know, I probably hide it underneath another product when I do my hair next week. That's what I'm going to do. You know, so you end up with hair soup because all the products are mixed together. So let me rinse my hands off. I didn't really want to touch all in this Obia side with the other product in my hair. So this feels more like heavy and clumped than the other side. I'm going to step back so that you guys can see the hair, but I also wanted to smooth these flyaways a little bit. It's natural hair. I don't expect my hair to be fully flyaway free and all that. Girl, for what? It's natural hair. For what? Okay, so I don't want to touch my hair, so step back a little bit. Okay. And then the back. Y'all tell me if you see a difference in the back. right now, let me look in the camera, let me see. Other than the fact that I feel like these are more hard and defined, like it's like Obia curl. And I feel like this is more, no. I feel like this is super defined too. It's just softer. I don't know. We gonna find out when it dries. So far, they blended with the product wet easily, you know, so only time will tell exactly what it is. And I guess this is the video for the people who always want me to zoom out. I zoomed out, but I hope you can still see. All right, so we are back with dry hair. And what I am noticing so far is like individually looking at them, not comparing them to each other, I will say that both of these combos worked out pretty well. I don't have like a dull cast over my hair. I don't have any flaking. I don't have any boogers. The hair has shine on both sides. So the products married well with Kinky-Curly Curling Custard overall. Now, where there was a difference was the application. So over here on the Obia Curl Enhancing Custard side, Obia has a more pomade-like texture. So it's a little easier to tell where it is when you're applying it. So I could get the right amount of product on my hair. And I feel like the dried result kind of sprung up a little bit more. And then the hair definitely has weight and shine and movement, and it looks a little bit closer to how my hair looks when I style it with those like clear type gels. Oh, and it's also a little bit, I think, a little bit more defined than it is when I use a leave-in. Over here on the Wondercurl side, I feel like I may have possibly under applied product, especially in the front portion. This product is more of a wet application. And so when I was applying it, it kind of blended in with the texture of the Kinky-Curly Curling Custard. So it was a little harder for me to tell where I had applied enough product, because I tend to do my hair based off of how it feels. So I don't have to look and watch myself do my hair. But I think that in the future with this combo, so far, I'm seeing that I probably do need to use like a mirror or something to style my hair so that I actually physically can see when enough product has been applied, because the textures were just too similar for me to be able to tell when I had applied enough. Typically, these two stylers tend to puff up and expand around day 4 or 5. So I'm really curious to see if applying the Kinky-Curly Curling Custard will affect the way my hair looks on those particular days. Wednesday, day 5. This is typically when I decide if I'm going to have to do any alternative hairstyles, and I think I am going to do a dramatic pinning of the front of my hair back for the rest of the week. But I have duty this week, so I have to stand outside for 30 minutes in the morning, wasting time, because I hate duty. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because today was extremely windy and extremely humid and just ridiculous. So this hair has definitely been through it. All week long I've been standing outside, but today was above and beyond. So I think I'm finally getting hit for that not applying enough product on the Wondercurl side, definitely. And then over here, there are some areas in the top that are not as defined. But I do want to show you the full 360 because I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice because it's dark outside and all that kind of stuff. But my hair is actually kind of okay. Kind of okay. Okay, so this is the Wondercurl. Let's get in there. Okay, and this is the Obia. So do I think this combo like dramatically increased the longevity of my hair and like made it last longer or whatever? Not really, but what I will say is that the initial results, and my hair looked like super defined right up until I went outside today. Literally Wednesday is what did it. I feel like it did have a much more defined and better looking initial result than when I used leave-in. All in all, I think this is a combo that I definitely would do again. And this is how I'm going to wear my hair the rest of the week with some jumbo pins that I have. Put one over here and one over here. And this is going to be the look, okay? But yeah, I think that it is worth doing again. I think that this combo does produce a better initial hairstyle than what I do leave in. So if you would like to hang out on my channel a little bit longer, I'm going to let YouTube recommend a video here. Check out my latest video here and subscribe. I post videos every week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.